So first session of the track day was pretty good. Pay attention to what the bike is doing here. Yeah, you can hear the throttle cut now. So basically, I am just not able to shift because my tech guy told me to tighten my pegs down. And so I did do that. And when I tightened the pegs down, it actually clamped the peg, or it clamped the quick shift lever too tightly. So the shift lever, the gear select lever would not work. And it was actually really messing with the quick shifter. So yeah, that was pretty confusing. It was pretty ass because this was the best session of the day. But as you'll see, we got it worked out. I obviously did not know that at the time of riding, but yeah, I was just cruising around in second gear. You know, I was trying to keep up, but also, you know, not trying to fry my bike. So yeah, it got really problematic when, like, I pulled off here in a minute, and here we go. Yep, I'm trying to hit third and I just can't. Became really problematic where the lever was so tight. Whenever I tried to shift, it actually was, I managed to push it down a little bit, which actually like engaged the quick shifter a little bit more. And so it was just dropping throttle, like doing that a lot. And you can see I'm like not having a good time. And it was really, really nice out. First session of the morning. Everybody knows the first session is like the best one because it's the morning, it's super nice, super cool out. Just really, you know, you have the most energy. It's not a session you want to miss out on. This really sucked. But I thought there was something wrong with the gearbox. Like, I wholeheartedly, what you're seeing at that very moment, thought there was something wrong with the gearbox. I was like, the whole fucking day's cooked. I'm gonna have to ride the whole day in second gear. Like, fuck it. It's just what it is. So try to keep up in second gear, but obviously on a ZX6R, you know, I only have so much. That's still a pretty short gear. Yeah, you can see in that corner, it started engaging. I wasn't trying to shift to third. This is where the quick shifter is like, at that point, or probably half a millimeter, it's trying to engage itself. Yeah, right there. It's trying to engage itself. Not a fun time. But yeah, and you can see like right there, usually I'm a third, and I like really messed up my line because I usually have like a little bit more, you know, pull factor, a little bit more torque in third, and you know, it's obviously a huge part of your line. So, yeah. I mean, overall, pretty good day. But, yeah, I mean, it was, yeah, you'll see on session 2, I'll try to mark that as to timestamp it on the video. I do wreck because it's very, very wet. I'm actually so proud of this wreck. Like, a lot of people won't understand that, but I'm so happy. So not 2 days. Yeah. We're bugging. Like, I'm an intermediate. I'm getting cooked, bro, because I have no third gear. I have no gear past second. Fully cooked. Just look, I'm so sad I can't partake. Like, I'm cruising and they're just kind of not barely passing me, but bro, I could definitely be keeping up if I had more than 2 fucking gears. So anyways, literally like 2 days before this track day, we find out the rear brake doesn't work, right? So
no, I can't get it in the third. Really?
Hold up.
Yeah, something wrong with my quick shifter.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it down so I can keep doing the voiceover. So freaking 2 days before we do this track day. Find out the rear brake isn't working, which is not good, right? I have gone off in the dirt before. You need your rear brake. I learned that the hard way. That literally ended up with a dislocated finger and a $5,000 ER bill. I'm not fixing to do that again. So I ordered like a $30, it was the only one available, $30. It was $480 OEM rear brake or $30 Amazon ass rear brake. So went with the Amazon booty cheeks brake and slapped it on there like the night before or something. No, it was the night before the day we went down. So a little over maybe 36 hours before, a day and a half. And right here, I actually just, when I was talking to the pit out guy, I actually just unplugged the quick shifter because I wasn't sure if it was the quick shifter or something mechanical, gearbox. I really didn't know. But anyways, found out the rear brake wasn't working. Put that on. I had such a hard time. I did not have time to order brake lines or caliper or any of it. I didn't have time or really the money to do all of this. So, and I had to have all this done like 24 hours or less. At the time, like less than 24 hours, maybe 18 hours, because we had to drive down there and we were staying in a camper. So we get that going. We get it was the master cylinder. I bought the new master cylinder. I'm pretty sure, so I installed the master cylinder with the stock line that was on there, and still was not getting any pressure. Was not even stopping the rear wheel with like hand spinning it, which if you're not really a motorcycle person, you're gonna, I mean, that's ass. That is straight dog water. It needs to stop easily, like almost no pressure needs to stop from a spin, just a hand spinning that. So turned out I swapped the brake line and that worked. So I think the brake line had some debris or like old the old brake line had like a rub in it. It was like rubbing on a piece of the rear fairing that goes like over the rear tire, and it wasn't like all the way through, but I think it caused like enough heat or just vibration that it actually like compromised the integrity of the brake line. I'm not really sure. Either it had to have been old fluid or debris or something. I was really hoping it wasn't the caliper. There's no way I was getting caliper that fast, right? So here we go, session 2. This is where I wreck. Fun times. It's great, fucking fantastic. But yeah, we'll get to that. Wonderful wreck. But anyways, the line ended up being the problem, and it was like crazy. Like I thought the line I had was junk. The extra line I had one extra line from like 2 years ago when I was working on a different bike, and so I was like, I don't really want to use this one. It's like an Amazon piece of crap. Turned out it worked. I mean, I started getting really, really solid rear braking pressure out of that rear. So I was really, really happy at that. I was like, you know what? I need a rear brake, one to pass tech, but I have been in the dirt before. I need a rear brake, even if it's like crappy Amazon parts. I need it bad, man. You can't even use your front brake on a sport bike in the grass. It will wash out and you will go down in a way you do not want to go down. You're gonna let's just break this down. If you go off in the grass, okay, and you even touch that front brake, right? Braking force on your front is relative to grip and friction and resistance and momentum, right? So mainly the friction part, like the friction coefficient from the tire to the ground, right? If there is no reason why these bikes brake so well and you can brake so hard is because the tire is really sticky when it's warmed up, and the material of the road, right? So if you're in dirt, that front tire is going to lock up and wash out really, 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 really fast. And you're going to go down, and you're not going to be able to steer your bike. The bike's not going to be upright. You are cooked, completely cooked. I have a video of it. I have of me just eating it. So you're cooked. You need to use your rear brake. You are on a sport bike at a track. Go off in the grass. You can like touch it a little bit, but I would actually not recommend doing that. I would recommend using the rear brake enough. As you'll see, if you've ever been on like a mountain bike and you're going downhill in the mud, you have to like kind of work that rear end of the bike and keep that front gripping. You have to keep it pushing, keep it gripping and everything. So the same thing on a dirt bike or sport bike. You have to drift that rear end, and then as you'll see, I basically just slowed it down until I could, bail. Well, I really did not bail. I slowed it down to the point where I was doing like 5 miles an hour, and the bike was so sideways at that point from the drifting that we just collectively fell over. It really wasn't. I mean, it was honestly a very good wreck. I did it. The rear brake did exactly what it needed to do. I did exactly what I needed to do, and we just picked the bike up. Corner worker saw it was fine, and just picked the bike up and started it. The bike's fine, and just kept on going, right? So anyways, we'll see that in a minute. The brake ended up working, and the funniest shit happened where it's kind of like raining this whole weekend. It like off and on rained, but right before we drove down, it like, not once a downpour. It was just a regular rain, but it was warm outside, so it kind of like burned off, but there was still rain and stuff. I would say most of the road was wet. Anyways, I'm taking the bike like right before I loaded. Okay, I'm taking the bike. I'm cruising right now. That's crazy. Side note. I hit PR on my PR on a dry track. I was hitting that here on the wet track. And I was being like super cautious. I was going really hard on these straights and stuff, but I was locked in, and I was like 1/10 of a second away from hitting a new PR overall. So I'm very excited to go back. Anyways, okay, right here, I think this is where, okay, well, before I wreck, we were talking about the road, but yeah, right here is where I'm gonna wreck, so I'll shut up. No, maybe in the next lap. Damn. So I'll try to get this in fast. I'm literally taking the bike down the street just to make sure the rear brake is like working, and I did a couple of pulls and it worked. I go turn around in my neighbor's driveway, but it's not like the track. It's not like a regular road. It's like a sealed driveway, like it's smooth, and I didn't even think about that, and I hit like max like steering angle on the bike trying to turn it around, and my brain was just doing this thing where I thought I was on like dry pavement, and I was not, and I just fell over on my left side. I've never dropped a bike ever, right? I mean, that's good and bad, but it was just like comically silly. Like I was just like, okay, let's turn around and get this back, and I was doing like 2 miles an hour, and I leaned a little bit, and the front just slipped. I don't know if there was just a lot of water. It was like really smooth right there. My tires were obviously not warmed up from just like trying to load the bike. By the way, RSV4 right in front of me. That's a RSV4, and I'm on a ZX6R. I'm so proud and happy. Look, I'm trying to keep up with his ass. It's 200 fucking horsepower. Okay, so I just picked the bike up from slipping, and we take it back. I go inside, and I'm like, I talk to my wife. I'm like, bro, I just dropped this shit right here, and the fairings are scuffed, and I'm like, my ankle's bleeding a little bit. I'm like, that's so weird. I hope that's not foreshadowing. The craziest shit. And like, by the way, so I started chasing them. You can see on the windscreen the rain is picking up, right? And so it's hard to kind of tell that on the track, but on your visor and the windscreen and stuff, you're gonna know when there's more water falling from the sky. So I think the wreck is right here, right in this corner. It was weeping out really bad. No, dude, am I retarded? This is crazy. Yeah, I mean, I think it's this next lap because we're chasing each other, and yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this next lap. But yeah, I was super happy. I mean, I know it's wet, so he's like equally as cautious, especially. But this that bike has traction control and all sorts of nice stuff on it. Like my bike does not. You know, my bike is old. It's a 2009, so it doesn't have any of that. I'm pretty sure. I know it's got a 13 track. Look, I could have. Look, oh my god, I could so pass him right there. Hot damn. But look, he's just got the torque. Fuck. So yeah, I just don't have confidence in the rain. And also it's a weird place to pass because people, they drift outward from the corner there. So if I had torque, if I had a lot of torque, I could do something, but I don't. And I'm fat too. Like I'm 225 on a ZX6R. I have to make that bike scream. Which, you know, that's alright. I mean, it is what it is. At this point, it's getting a lot more wet and like right here, scary, because there's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I almost slipped the entire bike. I'm pretty sure my guardian angel like was grabbing the top triple clamp and my neck protector and just like holding me, because I felt the whole bike, front and rear, like slide out on that water on the track. And at this point, the track is very, very wet, and you'll see, I'm pretty sure this is where I eat it. It looks really bad from the body. Oh my god. There we go. Yup. I've never felt that before. Drifting, slowing. Oof. Okay. Yeah. Very unfortunate. But that was a really controlled crash. Like, honestly. Pretty slow. Maybe like 35, 40 miles an hour in that corner. Maybe slower. But I think if I just went a little bit wider and just avoided like that corner, the way that corner is that like the water will pool up and then like come over the track, like, and like weep out over from the inside and just like drain off. And so there's just this like big amount of water there whenever it's raining. And obviously I went out at apex, which was like most that's when you're gonna like experience the most G-force, right? So weird thing about it too is I had some slips after that. There we go, just fucking raw dogging that, just picking it up. Yeah. I don't know why I'm talking like that. I don't. That's not me. I'm sorry. But yeah, I just pick up the bike here, and it's actually pretty funny. You see these guys coming real slow around that turn. That's what I should have done. The corner worker is like waving me on. I'm like, well, I'm okay, so obviously I don't need a crash truck. But I'm like, are you good? Like, I'll go back on the track if that's what you're telling me to do. But I wasn't sure if that's what they were telling me to do, so I was just like, okay, I'll go, man. And I guess if I'm doing the wrong thing, I'll get scolded afterwards. I literally did like the fattest, like, muddy burnout right here. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, killed it. And yeah, at this point you can see the tank. It's like pouring, like it's very, very wet. Very, very, very wet. But yeah, after this, it started to dry up. We had a good time. I wasn't hurt. The bike wasn't hurt. I haven't had any wreck on pavement, so my kind of goal is just get the bike into the dirt, because a lot of times where issues happen is when you crash. I mean, I haven't crashed on pavement, so I wouldn't know, but it's kind of obvious. You don't need like 200 IQ to understand this. obviously crashing in the dirt is way more desired than crashing on pavement, right? Because crashing on pavement, there are people around you. If you crash in the dirt, it's you know, the dirt's softer, it's easier on your body, it's easier on your bike. So you know, I made like a calculated decision. I felt the bike slip and I was like, I could see my line. I was like, yeah, that's gonna be like, even if I commit hard, that's gonna be like right on the edge of the track, like, you know. And I was at such a amount of lean that if I let out the throttle, I probably would have just fell. Which is something I learned here too. It's so weird that I hit PR here because I was actually just moving my weight around in a way that I don't usually do. Like when it's very dry out, I just lean, which I've been working on that, but I move my body weight in a way that I could keep the bike more upright and I could feel myself like becoming more comfortable carrying speed through the corner just from doing that. Like I thought it was, you know, I need to lean and like add throttle. That's not what you want to do. I mean, not on this track, I don't think. I think that if you have this big bend, you know, long bend, and you got to set up and like lean in and like just grab this lean angle and grab this certain amount of throttle and find that spot. Any more is sliding out, any less is not as fast as you can go, right? So for me, in these wetter conditions, I was just moving my weight and like deliberately trying to keep the bike upright, and it was very insightful, which is why I was not shy from, you know, I really went into like, you know, I'm probably gonna like wreck. Like I want to really push the boundaries of like, and this was like my tires were pretty warm, but you can see like right there, all that water right there. That's a lot of water, and I was spooked right now. I was totally spooked. But you can definitely, you know, I don't want to be trying to figure this crap out on a, you know, public road ride. Like I also don't want to, you know, if I ever start racing, try to go that hard and in a race like an ASRA race or something, and it ends up being wet and I'm, you know, sliding out with someone right behind me. You know, that's a problem. That's going to cause a really bad injury. So I took the opportunity, even though I knew I could wreck, I took the opportunity to come out here and ride this and experience it and try to understand the bike and myself a little bit more. But yeah, it was really a lot of fun. As you can tell, the quick shifter is actually working now, but it's very wet, so I'm very like skeptical. I did notice like a lot more people like going pretty hard through some of the water and the wetter. Like it doesn't even look that wet, but the track is definitely wet. It's not like standing water, because that would be an issue. The track is definitely wet, and it's not hot. It's definitely not hot. Like on a straight like this, I'm totally okay just blasting through here. But then like, yeah, in that dip, you see like some standing water. And then like right here, yeah, you're gonna see after the apex, like when you drive out, there's like wet spots and then there's not. Like there's some dry spots. It's so weird. Pause, quick note. They had a blower truck and they did not use it, which sucks. They said they had a blower truck. I'm like, whoa. Like, there's like so many riders here. Like, please, like, just use the blower truck. Like, burn off the water. Anyways, I started doing this thing, like you'll probably see right here on this corner. I started finding the dry spots of the track, right? Which is a way I never thought before. I was like, dry, right there, dry, and I was like, dry, right? So I'm piecing together all the dry spots in the track for my own safety, and so that I kind of was like playing a game, right? finding all these dry spots. Like I saw that all the dry spots here were I can't speak. Was on the outside of the track before turn in, which I don't usually ride. I kind of ride middle there, but like I took that line because it was safer, which is an interesting thing to observe. And like here, yeah, there's also like there's a lot going on. A lot of stuff going on with the water. All these, yeah, there's a lot of heavy water right here. Not heavy. I don't want to say like 2 inches of water. That's not what I'm trying to say. But there is, you know, when you see water like that, that's hydroplane level of water probably. If you're going, or if you're trying to break through that, you probably have 50% of your braking that you do before your front slips versus. Maybe I'm wrong, you know, if anybody's in the comments, you know I'm wrong, because I have not been riding that long. If you know I'm wrong, like describe to me like what percentage I have in these like damp track, like, you know, this is Missouri, this is like 75 degrees, 80 degrees, maybe a little hotter, 83 or something, fresh rain. On it, when the track's damp, like what you're seeing now, what percentage of braking do I have versus perfectly dry, hot track, warmed up tires, right? I'm thinking it has to be reduced by at least half, for sure. Like, maybe even more, like 70%. Like, I'm terrified. Like, in these conditions, I am changing my brake bias a lot. Like a lot. Just, I start going, because I'd rather drag that rear and then feel it drag and just like let off a little bit, which is, you know, I'm not gonna do that in a corner. Like that's stupid. But a lot of people I saw were hesitant to hit the straights really hard because they probably couldn't adjust their brake bias, and they weren't comfortable doing that coming into the corner, the turn, which, you know, I'm intermediate. I just got bumped up to intermediate, and a lot of people said, don't even touch your rear brake. I'm like, dude, I'm touching the rear brake. Like, I'm comfortable doing that. Like, I can come into a turn and I can lock my rear brake and slide into that turn and then like let off, and I can feel that like re-grip before I fully lean in. Like, I'm not stupid. I am comfortable with doing. Obviously, I don't want to lock it and slide it. It's not the best way, but I can feel that threshold between 95%. I can determine that 5% of, okay, this is when it locks, right? So if you can do that in the dry, you can definitely do that in the wet, right? You just don't want to, like, you don't want to just sit there and stomp on that rear brake all day and like try to be turning in, because that's obviously going to put you on the ground. So yeah, it's been crazy learning lesson. It's like very weird. Every time I go away from track, oh yeah, this was scary right here. Bro was zooming. I was like, buddy. I was actually kind of frustrated that he did not just pass me right there. Like, because he didn't just confidently pass. And he was at the apex the same time I was. That's kind of a big no-no when it comes to just track day. I mean, in a race, whatever. Like, push me, drive me out, whatever. But, like, to sit there parallel with me as we approach apex, as I'm trying to turn in, you're pushing me to the edge of track, and in wet conditions too. I don't know, man. I just would not do that to anybody. It's kind of it seems like a dickhead move. I mean, I'm not calling him a dickhead. I would just think that if I did that to somebody, I would feel like a dickhead, right? So I wouldn't do that. He probably passed me, or went to pass, and got completely spooked, hit on the brakes a little bit, expecting me to, like, you know, kind of read situation and just turn in. But like the fact that he was there spooked me, and we both slowed down and kind of matched our speed. It was just not, you know, desirable not really desirable situation. So, but back to the braking thing, like I find it super interesting. That people say like, you know, you need to learn trail braking and like stuff like that before you touch your rear brake. I would rather, this is just me, tell me if I'm wrong, tell me if I'm stupid, I'd rather be, you know, if they say you need to be using, your brake bias needs to be 100 front, 0 rear in your novice and low intermediate experience. And some people are saying, don't even touch that rear. It's 100 front, 0 rear until you hit expert. I'm like, I don't know about that, boss. Maybe they're right. You know, I feel like that you need to start, you know, dabbling in it, for sure as a novice, so you know what it's doing. Like, why are we shying away from the rear brake? It's there for a reason, you know. Kind of weird. So I definitely, there he goes again, dude, that guy on the RSV4, he was so fast. I'm just so upset that it was not dry. I would have chased and learned so much from this guy, but it was not dry, and I was not going to confidently chase again, especially after I had crashed already. I was not going to do that. But on the braking deal, like right here on this turn, I have had moments where I am coming down that hill, approaching, turning, tipping, and that rear brake is locked, and I'm doing, not locked, close to locked. Well, I have had it locked before, and I learned I'm not doing that again, right? I'm dial it back 5%, right? Like no locking, no dragging the rear, just because it will skip, and it's not a fun feeling. So 90% on the rear of what it's capable of. Like I know what it can do, kinda. But combining that with the front brake, dude, I can slow down so fast, like it's nuts. Like it's actually crazy. I can slow down way faster. I just so wish it was dry. I would just try to pass this guy, man. Did not want to do it. I was terrified of losing traction. But anyways, I love to use both brakes. I really do. I'm heavy on the front brake, but another thing I think I need to do is I need to lower my clip-ons, because I'm 6 feet tall, 225 pounds, and this bike is actually like, oh, here we go. Come on. Oh my God, he's just so fast. Like, I'm trying. And right here, sketchy as shit. Right, it was dry for sure, but when it's like dry and then you're approaching like max G-force in that turn, and it's at the max G's, it's wet. It's not fun. Here we go. Yeah. Yes. I was so proud of that. I passed an RSV4 in intermediate, and I'm not like putting myself above that guy. That guy was in front of me the entire time, but I was so happy when I passed him, because something I've been working on, and it's just so easy to do a novice group. Like the track day before this, I bumped down a novice, and I could pass people like constantly, like they're slowpokes, right? But it's because they're brand new to track days. You know, I'm new to track days, but novice is like brand new. So it's not anything like challenging to pass people there, and you're not passing at speed. You're not really learning how to pass at speed. That's where it gets kind of sketchy and scary, when you're passing at 85, 90, 100 miles an hour or faster. I don't really hit anything over, like, the fastest I've ever gone on this track on the big straight is 130 miles an hour. And that was like so much lift on the front end. Like I had to like check my I had to check my ego after that session. Like, I was like, dude, if you keep ripping it that hard over those like hills on roller coaster, like you're going to need an ambulance. Like, you need to chill out. Like right here, that's what I'm talking about. I would hit it so hard in third gear. Right here, I would pull a wheelie like 2 inches off the ground, and then here, I would pull it again, like probably an inch off the ground, because I had no front end, I had no steering at all. I could feel it lifting, and maybe it was just maybe it wasn't off the ground, but it was so lifted that I had no pressure on the front wheel, and I had no friction on the track, between my tire and the track. But I don't know, I really felt like it was somewhat off the ground. I actually want to get a camera to see that. Maybe try to replicate the feeling and see, oh, did I actually have my wheel off the ground those few times? And you know, this bike is dyno tuned and it's a little bit taller. Like they shortened up the linkage bar. That oh my god, what am I trying to say? Like when you go to lower bike, you actually make that linkage longer, and because of the geometry, it like lowers the bike, right? And if you shorten that, it pulls the bike together and makes it taller. And that way, when you're racing competitively, you can get more lean angle, and you can you can put a fatter tires on this bike, especially the rear. From what I gather, I'm not a racer, but from what I gather and what people are talking about is that when you take like a ZX6R, a bike this nimble, and you dyno it, and you put all these goodies on it, and you raise it up, I don't know if it's an inch or two or whatever it might be, and then you put this, supersport, 1000cc grade tire, like hugely tall and wide tire on the back, you get so much more out of the bike on a competitive level. I can feel it a little bit, and I am, I don't really have any chicken strips on the rear at all, because I have had a terrible time trying to actually get my body off of the bike. I am all lean. Like, I'll be completely parallel upright on the bike and just all lean angle, and I realize that that's actually really dangerous. Like, I don't want to be that leaned over. Like, I can just move my body. I can probably lower those clip-ons a little bit. That's all that to say, full circle. I want to lower the clip-ons and be able to get my my upper body there. There it is. There's that same. I slipped again, bro. Oh my god! This time I didn't go off the track. Learning. So I want to lower those clip-ons. I'm almost even thought about like shaving the seat a little bit, because it's just the ergonomic of this bike is not for a person my size, man. It's really, really not. And some people might disagree with me, but like the GSXR, my 750, it feels like kind of longer and lower, and my center of gravity is lower. And I think the other thing too is, like, when you raise a bike like this, when you shorten that linkage up and you raise the bike a little bit, is the center of gravity not like higher for a bigger? It's like exponentially worse for someone that's like over 200 pounds. I can see if you're like 107, that guy's fucking flying. If you're like a 170 pound rider or around that weight, I don't know if it matters that much, but certainly it matters, when you're, obviously center of gravity matters, right? So if you are a lighter rider and you raise your bike compared to say me, that is counterproductive. Like, I might even need to lower my bike back down, like stock linkage, and I thought about just lowering those clip-ons like a little bit so I can kind of spread my body out more. shave the seat. Like, it's very wide. The seat's very wide for me. The ergonomics just really whack. I don't know if it's just because this is more of a race bike than the GSXR 750. But they're almost the same year. Like, mine's a 2006, this is a 2009. So, and you can see, like, tracks dry, but I'm still so weary, and that person just cooked me. Like, yeah, that's such a vibe. Like, I want to pass people like that in corners. Like, they're gone too. Like, they are gone. But at this point in the day, very tired, very kind of over it, over the wetness, and just lost a lot of trust in the track. And just trying, I feel like every time I get to this point of the day, I feel like it's the fastest lap times, but really what it is that at this point of the day, I'm starting to realize I don't have very many sessions left. I start to just ride for fun. You know, I realize and I'm aware, okay, I don't have that much energy. I'm just riding for fun, I'm chilling, you know, and it somehow ends up feeling like the fastest laps I've ever done out here. And I think that has something to do, like, I start to feel like I'm kind of in a flow state. Like, you can see I'm pretty good on my line. I just need to pick up speed. I think a lot of that is just adjusting the BP and, like, dialing in the ergonomics on this bike. Like, I really do not feel comfortable on this bike. I feel very, even after 7 track days, I feel pretty awkward on this bike, like pretty uncomfortable. I mean, I know it's not supposed to be comfortable, but I've been on other sport bikes, and there's just something about them. I don't know if their wheelbase is increased, and that's good for a taller rider. I feel like I'm sitting up a lot, and I can't get my body down. Like, I cannot, like, lay on this bike and, like, hug this bike and get my center of gravity to a point where I can start going through corners faster. I just cannot, like, I can't comprehend that. Like you see there, right there, I'm like maxing, I am like head maxing right there. Like, I can't look up anymore. Like, that's where I'm at. Like, I can't, you know what I mean? Like, my body's as down as I feel like I can't move my head back anymore to see. So the lower, if I go lower, it's just so weird, man. Like, it's super weird. That and I don't think I need to even worry about suspension for a long time, but there's this weird thing that's been, you know, you've probably been seeing it. There's like a jiggle on the front end that happens. Like, ready? I don't know if it's, yeah, you see that? It's just like like a shimmy type of thing. Just like a little wiggle. I don't know if it's just like a, you know, kind of doing the side switching and like the, you know, massive pressure on the front end going, you know, immediately going to no pressure. Like, you know, corner, standing the bike up, right back in the corner, right. The bike's doing a lot of weird stuff. But I don't know what's going on there, or if it's just a steering stabilizer or what. But yeah, it's definitely not. You know, I really watch these videos in depth because I don't have unlimited money to just keep doing seat time. So I watch these videos very often, and I kind of run this all back in my head. I'm very good at like visualizing this and like feeling this all over again, like simulating it in my head, which is another reason, like, obviously seat time is like, it's priceless, right? But at the same time, I feel like I don't need, look, I'm getting cooked again by the same person. I think it was a girl too. Like, shout out to the lady riders. Like, they are so fast. I mean, there's a lot of fast riders, but I'm always very, very impressed by the I sound like a bozo right now, but seriously, like, it's obviously a very male dominated thing, and like the chicks have the technique down, like big time. Like they have the BP down big time. They have so much to offer when it comes to training and learning, and don't discount, don't be a fuck and discount a lady rider because she's not a dude that's competing or something. Like, no, you have to understand, like, there's some statistics around this too, that like when they're like training like kids on the little tiny bikes, a lot of times it's the girls that are outpacing the boys, because boys just want to go fast. Like they just really don't care about the technique. But they say, I really don't know if I'm just talking out of my ass right now or not, but they say that females take to technique a lot better, and then whenever the discrepancy starts becoming physical strength, that's when the guys start pulling ahead. Like the only reason like there's not females in MotoGP is because of strength, probably. I'm again, I might be pulling Alex Jones here, I might be retarded, Joe, right? Like, but that makes sense, and there's a lot of extremely talented riders. I mean, male and female, it doesn't really matter, but I've seen many people, discount female riders, and I'm like, what are you doing that for? Like, they straight up will cook you. Like they're lighter than you. They have more technique down. There's so many variables in this in this situation. Like you cannot judge anybody at all. Guy, gal, doesn't matter. And I actually had some one-on-one training with some coaches the track day before this, and I was cruising around following this lady coach, and like her body position was admirable, like for sure. I was like, damn, like that is impressive, and she wasn't even trying, and that was kind of crazy right there. But yeah, her BP was really good, and I was like, how do you even do that? Like, I can't, like, I'm thinking about it right now, and my neck fucking hurts. Like, I just don't know if I need to, like, talk to somebody, like a specialist or something. A specialist? What the like, somebody who's been doing this for longer, because, like, it's just hard for me to get on top of this bike, like, and, like, put my chest down, my shoulders down, and get my head and shoulders and upper body like lower. Like you can see, I'm kind of doing it, but I'm kind of not. I don't know if like in that corner I need to. I feel like the limitation there is that I'm way too leaned. Like I'm so leaned that I'm losing speed. Like just for the lean. Where I could keep the bike upright and I could go through that a lot faster. Like I can feel it, but I feel like at some point I got kind of misled by like YouTube track day goers, not like real professionals, and I started doing things on the street, and that has built some bad habits for the track. So I'm gonna try to just move my ass off the seat a little bit more and just kind of not hang off for no reason, but just keep the bike upright. And this is what I used to do, and before my really bad wreck, my brother was timing me, quote unquote timing me, and he was saying that I was hitting like 153, 155 in novice, right? And I was never leaning like that crazy in novice. Like if you look at my race box, you know, telemetry, it's a lot less lean angle. So 153, 155, he even said that the session I wrecked a lap before was like a 150, which is phenomenal for a novice rider for sure. But that wasn't race box data, like that wasn't GPS data, that was him on his phone like clicking like lap. So I'm not really that inclined to believe that's all that accurate. However, you know, like right here, this is where we're doing it. As soon as I would hit this apex right there at that cone, he would lap me. And he was standing at the corner, like watching me. So maybe it's more accurate than I think, but I don't know. But all that to say, I was allegedly hitting like 155, like 153, so 150. Maybe. But now my PR on Racebox on this track is like 158, which is also fucking crazy because like the world record on this track, like 136. I'm like, like that's actually just funny to me. Like that's actually comical. Like, how are you 22 seconds faster? Like, I feel so fast. Like, how are you 20 seconds? 20 seconds. That's at almost a half of a minute. It's like diabolically fast. Like, I can't comprehend. I really do not understand. 20 seconds? Like, you're getting in like 2 more laps per session than me. Like, what is happening? You know? And this, like, they're not on like these crazy bikes. Like, they're not on like S1Ks and GSXR 1000s or R1 or whatever. Like people are putting like 145s down on a Ninja 400. I'm like, how are you doing that? Like, I feel like I'm so fast in these corners, and I'm running 158, and you're 10, 15 seconds faster than me, right? That's like a second of like every corner. And in the world, in the record, when it comes to the record of the track, that's like 2 seconds faster in every turn. 2 whole seconds. I'm like, damn. Anyways, it's just like incredibly impressive. I'm no athlete. These guys are like athletes. Like, I don't know the background, but I'm assuming that the people that are putting those kind of times down have been not just racing, but riding a lot longer than I have. So, oh my god, I've been talking for like almost an hour. Jesus. Yeah, I wanted to just kind of like share my thoughts about the track day after I did the edit. I rendered this like 1440p on the body cam and the front cam. Look at this. Just would like. I wish I had more a torquier bike, because that's why I want a V2 or even a V4, because if I had something that was a little torquier, I could make some passes out of corners. I just really have a hard time doing that on the inline 4, but I think the issue there is that if I had like corner exit torque, I would rely on that, and I would not learn corner entry speed and like mid corner speed. I think I would just stay as slow as I want to be, and then I would just have all this torque on exit. And I kind of see that. I'm aware of that. And I think that there's a massive benefit to being on an inline. I mean, the record of this track and a lot of the very fast riders they're on inline fours, because at the end of the day, I mean, inline fours are just beasts, man. Like, they're beasts. But specifically, like right here, if you're good at actually maintaining speed through here, you're going to be at like a higher RPM. And in a higher RPM, you're going to have more power and torque coming out. Like, it's not just the bike. It's not just the bike. It's on me. It's understanding like the corner and the bike and where the bike wants to be, where you and the bike need to be, RPM wise. Just which gear is right for each corner or turn or bend, whatever, chicane, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, and downshifting points and like it's so fun because it's so technical, right? It's so like, man, I really want to get into some novice racing soon. I'm so poor. Like, I don't know if I'll ever do that. And obviously it's like very competitive, and I did some ASRA school, and that was just like that was very fun. And I was keeping up with some of the racers, the people that were like been racing, I was keeping up with. I was pretty impressed with myself. That's actually when I hit my PR. Or I hit my PR of 158, and then like, no, that's actually not true. That's when I hit my PR, because I had a wreck, my very, very bad wreck, where I went off in the dirt and I dislocated my pinky finger. The first session back, I was about to pay $500, $600 for an ASRA class. Here's the last session thing. It was beautiful out, very pretty dry track. But I wasn't trying to send it too hard. I did not want to die. But yeah, I paid for. I was going to pay for the ASRA track. I think I'm having a stroke. I was going to pay for the ASRA school day, and they were going to walk you through all the stuff, like bump you into intermediate, and you got to do some like, a mock race at the end of the day. Then you get to come back the next day and do racing, right? And I was like, dang, like that actually sounds really fun. And obviously my toxic trait is like, like all the guys in the novice group racing are slow, like I'll just cook them. It's like, no, that's not the case. Like I'm an idiot. Every time I ride with like other people, I just get immediately humbled. And that's what I love about doing this too, is it's like genuinely like, damn, like that is impressive. Like I want to be that fast. I want to be, doing that. Which in this kind of sport, I think you have to be healthy. Like you have to, I haven't even hit the part where like I'm working my body to where like I'm tired, like actually tired coming off the track. Like I've listened to, I've watched basically body cam footage, POV, like in helmet cam footage of people that do racing, and they are like hyperventilating toward like in like 2 laps in. And I'm like, dude, that's nuts. And some of the guys are like over 40 years old, but I don't really think that matters. It's still a testament to how much it's like a 41, 40, even a 45-year-old man like could be in very, very, very good shape. Could definitely match, stamina and cardio of some 28-year-old chud like myself. I'm saying I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that even means, but it's a funny ass word. But yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is like I'm kind of overweight. I'm out of shape, and I'm no athlete or racer, but yeah, like they're hyperventilating, like not hyperventilating, just they're winded, and they're very winded. I'm like, dude, I'm not that winded. Like, I don't know if I'm more in shape than I thought I was, or I'm just on a Sunday stroll in comparison to the work these guys are putting in. I think it's the latter, to be honest. I think it's the latter. So, yeah. But yeah, overall, I mean, it's getting late. It's like 12:30, and I just was putting this video together and decided to do a voiceover and just yap, because I'm a yapper. It's what I do. yeah, it's a pretty good day. Going back in September, got a credit as well, so I'm fixing to go back another time, which is crazy. It's like 4 or 5 track days this year. It's the most track days I've ever done in 1 year. But yeah, pretty fun. Also, first, few sessions in the Alpine Star suit, and it's very breathable. I'm not getting hot like I used to get. Everything started to feel like pretty dialed in. I really do like the bike. I like going out there and riding. And I definitely need to get like some new fairings and stuff. There's little odds and ends and stuff like that, because it's like fairing bolts are like coming off of the bike, like while I'm riding. I'm like, that's fucking diabolical. Like, I can't be dropping off nuts and bolts and washers in the middle of the fucking tracks like that. Like, that's a complete issue. Like, I'm thinking about starting just like some like blue Loctite or something on my fairing bolts, or maybe I just need to use crush washer or something. I don't know, but maybe it's just all the vibrations of the bike, just causing it, the bolt kit to fall out. But it's been like maybe a couple pieces of hardware over like 2 track days. I mean, it's not that crazy, but I'm also not trying to litter the track with my nuts and bolts. Like, I'm not trying to do that. That's dangerous. That's really dangerous. If anybody else had observed that and just thought, okay, whatever, that could be me. I could be imagine, it's like straight up Mario Kart banana peel shit, I could be in the middle of right there and hit like a washer and just slide out, I mean, it's probably unlikely because the wheel's rotating so fast and you're going over that for an object so fast, but it could cause an accident. You do not want any debris on the track, like some scary shit. But yeah, I'm probably gonna stop the voiceover now. I'm very tired. I gotta get up in the morning. But yeah, anybody that watched this video, hope you really like it. I'm really not expecting anybody to watch this. I kind of more or less started to do these for, just like documentation of my life for my son and stuff, and so I can look back on it and, when I'm an old geezer, and I don't want to, sit here and think like, oh, well, I could have done a voiceover and had that memory and had that perspective and, kind of slice of that thought process in that time. I have horrible memory. It's only gonna get worse. So it'd be really cool to actually do voiceovers and actually talk and, create a, memory permanence kind of type of deal. But, if other people watch it, that's cool. Comment. I'm really, like, if it ends up actually getting watched and you're somehow an hour and 3 minutes into the damn video, that's whack. But yeah, I mean, it'd be cool to build like a community of track day goers, and I love talking about this stuff like in depth. This is like one of my favorite things to talk about and yap about. So obviously, I've been talking for an hour and 3 minutes and 50 seconds. But yep, I'm gonna sign off now, and I'm going to go to bed. So enjoy the last few minutes of this last session of track day, and yeah, peace out. See ya.